Okay, Deb, do you want to share your work? Is that okay? Maybe you can unmute first.
Can you hear me?
You want to share your work? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. All right, you can share your work now. See how we go.
So this is the thing. So basically what it does
Can
is
you
that
can you go closer to the mic? I can't hear very well.
how about now?
Yep.
Um so what it is that it's what it does first is it imports random and then it defines the class or the object. So the class is the car and then the object is the inside of it. And these are the things that define what the car is. So some, the model, the top speed, and what the current speed is. And it goes through them here. And it does this, so it describes the car. And this is a list of all of the cars. And then it shows which car won.
Okay, I understand. Okay. It's close. Not bad. It's pretty good. Well done. Maybe. Okay. Do you don't mind copy your work on a chat?
Okay.
Let's work on it. Okay, just copy your work on the chat and then we try to work on it to see how we go. Okay, it's not bad. So if I see your work, we can do something like this. See the homework. Yeah. Can you, okay, so you type next one. That's good. All right, I think something like this. That's good. So we have accelerate, right? You have to accelerate. So you create a new method. Then each time you accelerate, the speed will go by maybe 5. Maybe let's say okay, so we accelerate, we add accelerate mean we add the speed to them. Okay. Now, so we got this. Yeah. That will be equal to, you create a list, right? That the requirement is a collection of car, right? So it should be a list. of this car, then we got good one. Tesla Model S. That's pretty good. You know a lot about cars. Okay. Now we go to the car. And then we just have car. Now you want the speed, right? Speed will be we don't know how many speed, it's just a random speed, right? So at the moment the car will be all zero, yeah, and then we accelerate. Okay. Each time we call a function, a method called accelerate, and then we pass in the speed of the car. And then now we have to go through the fastest, right? How do you know we have fastest car? We don't know what it is, so we don't know what fastest car is. Okay, if okay, so we have zero if car dot current speed. So that, and now we just print is I have to mute you, sorry. Okay, so we got speed, so that will be model. Okay, let's see. Hope it works. Not working. Random. It's not defined. Have you import random in we haven't import random, that's why. To random is a module. Before you can use it, you have to import it. So the fastest car we go through is McLaren P1 with the speed 195. Okay, I need to go through your work again. All right, the homework is like this. Create a collection of cars. Use a random to accelerate the car and go through the speed and tell which car is the fastest in the race, right? So we have a class called car. We got a model, which is string, top speed of something. And then you see the current speed. And then we have a accelerate. When you accelerate, you pass in a variable called increase speed. So at the moment, all the cars starting with 0. When you accelerate, we add the speed in. So we pass in a speed of the car when you accelerate too, okay? Now, and then you can print. You can describe. Actually, maybe we don't describe like this. It takes a lot of time. We don't do this way. Never do this way. Okay, so that's a car. So that. Okay. So we do. So we go current speed for each car. And so this is 91. 10. After you accelerate, you got all cars with different speed. And the fastest one is Lamborghini Urus, 191 kilometer per hour. You see that? I put the work in the chat. So Dev, I work based on your example. Okay. I just want to make sure it exactly as a requirement of the homework. Why I can't copy and paste? Let me see. Paste. What's this guy is none. So we up to here. All right. So this is well done, Dev. You tried it, but I'll improve your work on something and make sure that it match what is required. So you use random to accelerate the car. Once you accelerate the car is now a different speed. It's a random speed. And we go through the car. And then we work out the car. Okay, I explained to you. A car got a 3 attribute called model, top speed, and current speed. And then you got a method called accelerate. In accelerate, you pass in a variable, a parameters, speed, and we just increase the speed by the parameters. Okay. And then we have a function, a method called describe that print out the model, the top speed, and the current speed. And we have a list of car. We create that much of instance of car, 10 of them. Then we put them into the list so that we can go through them very easy, right? And then we go through all the cars, we just go accelerate. Now you see when you go through the car, it means they go through all of this instance of car, and then they call accelerate, which is this method. And you pass in a random number, which is the speed. Okay, so because we all start at 0 speed at the beginning, we accelerate, we pass in the speed as a random number, and then we go through the cars again. We say, all right, if the current speed at the moment, the fastest speed is 0, if you go through the car and check the speed, if it's faster than fastest speed, you just record it. You say, all right, this is the fastest speed now. Let's say we're starting at 0, the next guy will be 5, speed is 5, and the next one is 10, then the fastest is 10. So by go through all the cars, you're recording what car it is, what is the fastest speed it is. So you use two variables, one called fastest car, one is fastest speed. We go through all the car, we just store, this is very important. This is the concept you all learn, right? It's variable. This variable is used to store the fastest speed that we go through all the car, we just recorded, and the fastest car that we know. Okay, then we go through them and we just say, all right, we go through everything. This is the Lambo Urus and the speed 191. Everyone clear? Understand? Thumbs up if you clear. Thumbs down if you got confused. Okay. Right, this is a very advanced Python for you. The concept is, so each of these is called instance, okay? Instance of the class. This is called a class, clearly by the word class. This is the instance of a class. So that's it. This each of them is a car instance. And then we go through a car, we call accelerate. What accelerate means, an instance of these always have two methods called describe and accelerate. Accelerate take in parameters. So all of this you learn over the term, you learn everything, right? You learn all of these. Let me share you actually what you learn. If you follow me from the start, you learn a list. It means you got a list of cars. I use that. I use classes and objects. We learn that. We learn about variable, parameters, function, methods. Module is a random module we use. We don't use file handling, but we use all of this. So this is what you learn. We don't learn about class inheritance yet because we're gonna skip that because it's way too advanced. So we're gonna skip that for this term. But we learn this is the summary that what you learn and how do you use it for in this example. Okay. This is example. I put everything in the chat for you. You can just go and play around with this and see if it works. Good. Play around with it to see if it works. I give you maybe 5 minutes to 5:30. Okay, and then I see you back. What do you mean by invalid? Invalid, what do you mean? Where are we? Okay. Now I do two posts. Okay, I do two posts. You have to copy two of them. This one, you need to have two of them, right? The first and the second one. Oh, because of the top one. Maybe which one do I, let me see, which one do I copy? Oh, class car. Okay, so you need this. You need to put import random on the top. You do this import random on the top and then it will work. Okay, this one. Add this on the top and then see how it goes. Okay. Otherwise it's going to work. Okay. Who's not working? Esther and Kairav? Is that correct? Corrupt, do you mind to unmute? Yeah. You okay? Or
Yeah, I'm reprinting the whole thing.
does it work?
I still need the bottom part, which I am doing. But
Okay.
other than that, I
Seems
don't.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. How about Esther? I'm gonna mute you first. Esther, you good? Okay, got no response. I'm gonna share the screen again. It's not working for you, Gaurav?
Yeah, it isn't working for me. I repasted the whole thing.
Can
And
you share the screen? I want to see why.
okay, 1 second.
It's import random because the capital I, you should be lowercase import. So you have to be blue-ish. Run it. Run it. It works. Very good. Okay, it seems everyone okay. Catch up. Okay, Leon. All right, and everyone, thumbs up if you, well, thumbs up if you do understand it. You got it working, but then do you understand it? It's a different question. Do you actually understand it? Do you understand what I explained to you? All right, let me test. I test depth, right? Seem very enthusiastic. I want to test depth first, the right knowledge. What you call this one? The one highlight on the screen.
That is a class. I mean, no,
That is a what?
it's not a class. It's a
Car is a class. Okay,
yeah, the
that's not a class.
that is a parameter.
It's called method. Okay, this is called method. How about this?
That is the what was that? It was the class, then the object.
Now this is called attributes. These are called attribute. Okay, attribute of a class. Car is a class. Model, top speed, current speed is attribute. Accelerate is method.
Accelerate is the method, and
Accelerate is method. This is called what?
that is the object.
This is called object or instance. Okay, that's good. The whole process here, everything is a car, right?
Yeah.
What is cars? What cars here? We call this is a,
That is a list.
this is a list. That's good. We go through here using
Uh,
They call iteration.
What a recursive.
It uses a for loop and use iteration in the list. I go through here and call method. Okay, this is called what?
Um, oh, I think a what do you call it? A variable or a
This is
parameter.
called a variable. Great jobs. You go here. What is the role of variable? I want to. This is revision, guys. I try to understand. Make sure you understand everything. What is the role of variable?
What variable?
What is the role of variable?
The um,
Variable is used to store something. That's it.
oh, yeah.
The role is just to store something
Just no information or
and can be changed anytime. So what is this role fastest car to do? What is fastest car do?
to find which is the fastest car, so it stores the information on what the fastest car is. And it can
Good.
change depending on which one's the fastest.
How about this?
Still fastest speed.
How about this? Fast speed to store the fastest speed. It's very
Yeah.
simple. Okay, that's it. And let's go to the actual. This is what we learn. Okay, we learn list, tuple, set, dictionary, function, module, import, user input, file handling, class, and objects. So the quick 10 is a revision. Which part that you're not clear? All of these. Which one that you want me to work on? Write in the chat which part that you want to work on. User input, file handling. Okay, user input, file handling. File handling. Okay, that's good. So file handling is quick 7. So you got repo IT, you can store everything. Actually, week 7 is this. Let me see. Okay, this is called user input. User input is very simple. There's only thing called input. Okay, user input. Do you know what is the guess game here? This is the game that we learned. It's like Wordle. This is actually the Wordle game. I can type you in the chat the actual source code. You can use it. So I put in the link. All right. So that actually the actual code that we got taught. User input is this, right? We got an input. All user inputs the input. Okay, I go through the question here. User input will be just so we give them a hint, a request, guess the characters, and then you type everything in. And then you use a method called input, read a string from the standard input. That's all it is. And then we put into this guess. Okay, and then we just go through them. And we want to make sure if they match the word. Okay, let's play with this. You see, they go. This is the list of words that we create, right? Wordle. So we go through the list here. And then we go through the number of characters. Each character is one turn. So you see, guess the characters, which is this, right? And then we call input. So what is outcome will be they're gonna print guess a characters. And then whatever, let's say if I type in here, I'm gonna cheat, right? So I don't know how many, maybe I type a P. Okay, so it's 11 characters left. And then we keep calling guess a character again, which is this. You see that for loop? This for loop, where it goes here, it guess the characters. We read them, we go into the list, and then we print them out to make sure. So pre. So this is the word. Anyone guessing what word it is? Okay. Anyone here? This is the game that we roll on user input. Programmer, yeah. Programmer. Then congratulations, you won. That's what you get. So it's a guessing game. They just keep calling the guess input, put into the guess characters, and then we go through them. This is a complicated games, but that essentially they use this. This is called user input, right? A very simple let's say I'm gonna say a very simple. Now maybe I create a new repo. Python. So this is, I will write as name. What is your name? So this is the simplest example. Okay. So you run it, you just say, hey, what's your name? My name is Peter. Welcome, Peter, to Advanced Coding Program. See that? You take in whatever I type Peter in. That Peter gonna go to the name, variable name, and then we're gonna use that to program. Say welcome, percentage sign s mean I want to replace whatever in here as a string to this, and then say welcome. Or you can do a very simple like this: welcome last name plus this. If you feel confused, if you find confused, maybe I use this method. It's very simple. Maybe Leon, you can say welcome name, which is now Leon, because I typed Leon in to advanced coding program. Do you understand it? Do you understand? That's called input, right? Now file handling. File handling we learn in week 8. So let's do file handling. File handling is interesting. Okay, file handling. A file is starting with a function called method. So it here is, let's say this is the file, right? Understand? This is the file. We put anything in the file. This is the actual file, txt file. This is the file that store thing, right? People use it. And then we will have, we open them. We say open. If you look at it, open is a file, test.txt, which is this file. And there's a mode called, it's A for append, R for read, W for write. So depending on what mode you want to open it. And once you open, this is called the file handle. So they actually, so now you can access to the file by this. And then you just call a write method, because append means you can write to it, but you append at the end, right? Write means you write at the beginning, you wipe out everything, and then wipe out everything, and then we write at the top. So append means you just append to the end of the file. So if I do, if I append Leon, maybe, oh, for example, I don't know what name it is, maybe good. So you see the file here, right? The file here don't have this. The file at the moment, we don't, at the end, you see this in line 7, it's a file. Now, after we run this, you will go back to the file. You will see Leon, H12, and Burgood at the end of that file. So we just run it. Okay, it's been run. Go to the file again. Before we line 7, now become line 8. And we all the Leon name, age, and location is in here, which is this part. Appended. This is the original end. We append the whole thing at the end of the file. Okay. See this? That's how append means. Write mean if I call write, the whole thing will be wiped off. It become like this. If I call write, it become like this. Because they wipe everything in the file and just write at the beginning of the file. That's if the mode, the file mode is W. Okay. If I do write like this, let's say, so this is the file. This is the original file, right? Now instead of append, I write, just run it. Now you look at the file, empty, just one line. Make sense? That's called write. Write is very different from append. That's sense. That's the difference between write and append. Can you use user input? Append, it's very easy. You just say some input. Enter a new random information. Okay. And then we just do file. That's it. Of course you can. You got an input and then you write into the file. So you do this. I will append it for you. Let's say I use a mode write, right? So they write everything, right? So I run it, enter the new information. We can say this is As file where I can write anything inside the file, and it will be stored into the file test.txt, and then you press enter. Okay, now it's finished. You look at the file. See, whatever I write here end up into the file. It's already started in here. Is that answering your question, Dev? You can. Very simple. You can do it. Maybe I write this and put this into the chat, and you can play around with it. You can write anything into the file. It's quite fun, actually. And the last question is a revision. So stop share. Any part that you want to learn more, you got only a few more minutes. This is a whole revision. I want to make sure you understand everything. And then maybe stop sharing. I share the actual syllabus of the program. So we cover user input and file handling. That's good. We cover that. What else do you want to learn? I can quickly go through them. We've got a few more minutes. List says table, dictionaries. You're all familiar. Are we going to go classes and objects? This is probably classes and objects are probably the hardest one. How you want to add something in the list. Okay, so we have, let's go back to the okay, there's a week 9. How to add something to the list. Okay. List will be week 1, right? Okay, this is week 1. We got an empty list. This is how an empty list look like. It's just 2 square brackets, opening and closing square brackets. This is the actual list. And now you can append it, right? Let's say my student name, student age. How do you want to append this? Let's say at the moment, my student name is this. You just do my, you add into the list, and you just add another thing called Maybe Peter. Then you just print. Don't do any of this. Ignore all of this. So this is at the moment, right? We just so we got the student name. This is the list, right? Original list without Peter. You print them out and then you append another item into the list and you print them out. My student name is not defined with the S. See, the first print is without Peter, and I'll append another thing into the list. And the second time I print, we got a Peter in the list. Jerry, how did it make sense? Okay, all good? That's how you add it. And you can change it though. So let's say I change name. Okay. And then if you print again, you will see the difference there. You see the change name that replace Justin become change name now. I replace Justin to become change name. It's 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is number 5, the sixth item because everything starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I replace Justin with change name. If you see here, I can print them out. It's become now change name. You can change name as well. You can append, you call append is there and you can change them. So you can do anything you want in there. This is the original one. I append Peter to the list and then I can change Justin to something else. So that's how you can do things in with the list. Okay, Jerry, I put into the chat. You can copy it. Try to understand it. We run out of time now, everyone. Thank you for joining us for the whole term. I hope you learned something. Very proud of you. You actually learn a lot of complicated advanced stuff. I think some of the students don't even learn it up until about year 10 on this. You're not even up to this level, put it that way, in high school. So put that into perspective. I think you all doing very well and thank you. That's it for the term. Thank you so much. Bye for now.
Bye.
Enjoy your school holiday. Enjoy.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.